Welcome to Shanmugam IAS Academy, and today we are going to see the editorial analysis of 10th November 2021. And today we need to know what is the topic over here. Topic is the lower judiciary and centralized recruitment debate. And this was for so many years, but right now it is in the newspaper in the form of editorial. And why it is in the news, and it is very important for every examination, but especially for the UPSC, and it comes under the general studies 2 paper in the polity and the governance section. So why it is in the news and why this is going on from many years, so we'll be knowing the background, why it happened and why it is in the news. Everything will be covering in this video. So, and we'll go into the topic right now, that is what is the context here, why it is in the news. So it is the central government is preparing to give a fresh push to the establishment of an all India judicial service. So we all be knowing we have the all India services, and here the central government is preparing to give a fresh push to the establishment of all India judicial services on the lines of the central civil services. So you need to understand that is on the lines of the central civil services. And recently our law minister has called a meeting of state law ministers. So he called a meeting of the state law ministers to discuss the all India judicial service here and issues related to the infrastructure in the lower judiciary. So this was went in the that our law minister has called the state law ministers for this issue. And if you go into the law commission's report, which was given in 1987, and they recommended that India should have the 50 judges per million population. So for 1 million population, that is 10 lakh people, we need to have 50 judges, and it was given in the law commission report of 1987, not right now. So that means that time we have 10 judges, but they recommended we need to have 50 judges per million population. So if you compare with the other countries, the US and the UK, the other countries, they have 107 judges for 1 million population in the US and 51 judges per million population in the UK. So as compared to them, we have very less judges according to our 1 million population. This is what the law commission report which has said in 1987. So we need to know right now, we are talking about the all India judicial services here. So we need to know how the the selection process is going for the judicial service examinations right now. So we need to know that. So how the district judges currently recruited. So according to the constitution, that is article 233 and the 234 of the constitution of India deal with the appointment of district judges and place it in domain of the states. So it is according to the constitution. You need to know about these articles, that is article 233 and the 234. And how the selection process can be, the selection process is conducted by the state public service commissions, not by the central public service commissions. It is by the state public service commissions and the concerned high court, that is concerned high court of the state, since high court exercise the jurisdiction over the subordinate judiciary in the state. We all know that the high court will exercise the jurisdiction over the subordinate judiciary in the state. So the state public service commissions and the concerned high court, they will conduct the selection process of the judicial services right now. So panels of the high court judges will interview the candidates who have cleared the examinations. After those examination, written examination, the interview the candidates, that the panels of the high court judges will interview those candidates who are selected for them. They will select them for the appointment. So this is the process. So we need to know what is the current process in the country. And all judges of the lower judiciary up to the level of district judges are selected to the provincial civil services, that is the judicial exam. And the prominently we have it is, that is the judicial service exam is commonly referred to as, that is the provincial civil services, and otherwise we will be calling it as judicial services exam. So this is the current recruitment process which is going through in our country. So that's why the central government has been, like in the context they were saying, they held a meeting for the establishment of all India's judicial services, and our law ministers also met the state law ministers for this issue only. And we have to, while writing the answer to, we have to quote these type of reports in between that. And recently, I will tell you what happened in the Delhi Judicial Service examinations. In the past, there have been many controversies. So what happened? The allegations were that the entire selection process and the evaluation method adopted in the mains written examinations was arbitrary and unreasonable. So the Delhi Judicial Services was similarly challenged for its arbitrary, that is, the non-transparent procedures which left a lot of scope for bias in the selection. So what are the challenges over here? So I will be telling you the challenges. The challenges here, that is why there is an urgent need to scrutinize the selection process right now. So the examinations are conducted by the state high courts, I have already told you, and in some cases in consultation with the state public service commissions. So the state high courts will consult the state public service commissions, and they will hold these judicial service examinations. And I have already told you that is the article 233 and the 234 of the constitution will vest all the power of recruitment and appointments with the state public service commission and the high courts. So these type of things you need to quote in Prem's point of view. These type of articles and these things you need to keep it in your mind. A recent study conducted by the Vidhi Center for Legal Policy. So these type of studies also you can mention in that. So the discretion and delay. The challenges is becoming a district judge and the civil judge will analyze all state judicial service rules and qualitatively evaluates them on grounds of efficiency, accountability and transparency. This is the report is given by the Vidhi Center for Legal Policy, which is titled as Discretion and Delay. The High Court is responsible for conducting the examination. That I have told you. That is the direct entry of district judges, whereas for civil judge and the post, the suitable candidates is jointly held by the High Court and the State Public Service Commission. And this results, what they were saying, the study was saying that most rules do not mention who within these bodies are responsible for conducting the examination along with their specific roles and responsibilities. So here, why most high courts may have a full-time designated committee conducting the recruitment, the composition, tenure and functions of such committee. So moreover, those duties are held on temporarily by individuals. So there should be a binding requirement for all having this full-time and dedicated staff responsible for the conducting examinations over here. So first we need to know why has this All India Judicial Service has been proposed, why it has been proposed. We need to know this. The idea is the centralized judicial service was first mooted in the Law Commission 1958 report. So you need to quote these kind of reports in your written answers, because it will fetch you good marks. The idea was to ensure an efficient subordinate judiciary. And what they are asking, they are asking that is a statutory or the constitutional body such as the UPSC to conduct the standard and centralized exam to recruit and train judges was discussed. So we have a constitutional body in the name of UPSC. It will recruit the All India Service officers to the country. So they were asking, we need to have like this constitutional body to recruit and train judges, and it was discussed. The idea was proposed again in the Law Commission report of 1978, which discussed delays and arrears of cases in the lower courts. And in 2006, we have that's one of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personal Public and Grievances, Law and Justice, in its 15th report. In its 15th report, this is important, that backed the idea of pan-India judicial service and also prepared that is a draft bill to that. And what is the background? And what is this? And what is the judiciary's view? And we need to know, we are having all the executive view here. So right now we are going to see what is judiciary's view in this All India Judicial Service examination. So in 1992, the Supreme Court, that is All India Judges Association versus the Union of India. So these kind of cases you need to quote 100% in the exams, because this will have a very good impact on your answer. And directed the center to set up an AAJS, that is All India Judicial Service. In 1993, the review of the judgment, however, the court left the center at the liberty to take the initiative on the issue, because we know why court is asking the executive, because we all know that the legislature will make the laws but the judiciary will interpret the laws. We know that. So that is why the judiciary asked the legislature to initiate this law. And 2017, the Supreme Court and take a suo motu, that is the cognizance of the issue of appointment of district judges, and mooted a central selection mechanism. And what happened, that is circulated a concept note to all the states in which he recommended conducting a common examination instead of a separate state examination. So they said that is the senior advocate whose name is Aravind Datar, he told that he recommended, that is conducting a common examination. Likewise, PSC conducts the common examination all throughout the country. Instead, right now how they are conducting the separate state exams. So instead of that, we need to have a common exam, and it was recommended by the senior advocate Aravind Datar. And based on the merit list, the high courts would then hold interviews. So based on the merit list which was released by the central authority that time, that is the likewise you can take example UPSC. So and appoint the judges, that is on the merit list, the high court would then hold the interviews and they will appoint the judges and submit it. This would not change the constitutional framework or take away the powers of the state high courts. This is what said by that Mr. Datar. And what is the proposed All India Judicial Services here? What is that, first of all? So we need to know this thing, and here you will be getting all the data about this debate. So this is the way you have to collect the content of the question, and this is the way you have to produce the answer. Here you will be getting all the cases in this video. You can collect this data and it can be useful for your writing answers in the form of prelims and the mains also. And what is that is All India Judicial Service, a reform push to centralize the recruitment of judges at the level of additional district judges and district judges for all the states. And the Union Public Service Commission conducts a central recruitment process, and the judiciary are proposed to recruit it centrally and assigned to the state. Likewise, the UPSC is doing. They will recruit from the center and dispatch officers to the states as it is done by the UPSC. So they are also asking the same in the All India Judicial Services. So according to the government, the All India Judicial Services to be an ideal solution for equal representation of the marginalized and deprived sections of the society. So this is what the perspective of the government here. And I have told you how district judges are recruited right now. And these articles 233 and 234 are important for you. And there will be some of the opposition. Till now we don't have that. Because of some of the oppositions, what they were saying, their views, some of the things, these you can be written in the form of that is the disadvantages, and what is the oppositions are saying about the All India Judicial Services. They are saying the centralized recruitment process is seen as an affront to federalism and encroachment on the powers of states granted by the constitution. And this is the main contention of several states, which also argued that the central recruitment would not be able to address the unique concerns that individual state may have. And they are also said that the language and the representation are the key concerns highlighted by the states. And they said in their courts the local language is being used, so that is the language and the representations is also highlighted by the states. And judicial business is conducted in the regional languages, which could be affected by central recruitment. They told that judicial business is conducted by the regional languages, which could be affected by the central recruitment. So by doing this kind of central recruitment, the oppositions, those who will have negative, there's other things also, they said this thing will happen. And the reservation based on caste, this is the main point. And I have in one of my video I have told you about the caste census too. Here that point is coming again, the reservation based on the caste, that is for rural candidates or linguistic minorities in the state. Everywhere in the center and in the state, you have to understand that is the reservation system is very different, because there in the state they can be a minority, but in the center they can be a majority, but in the state they can be a majority. So this will differ. So that's why we have different caste certificates for the states and for the central. You all know that. And the opposition is also, that is also based on, they said that the rural candidates or the linguistic minorities of the state could be diluted in the central test. It has been argued The opposition is also based on the constitutional concept of the separation of powers. They also said that is the concept of the separation of powers. Well, we'll be studying it in the polity. The centralized recruitment process is seen as an affront to federalism. This is the first point I have told you. And other things, that is the All India Judicial Service will not address the structural issues. This is not our point. This is what the opposition was saying. That is plaguing the lower judiciary. That is in 1993 All India Judicial Association case bringing in uniformity across the states, and this was the issue given by that time the experts. They told that thing, and the experts also argue that that is the pay across the board and ensuring that a fraction of high court that is high court judges are picked from the lower judiciary may help better than a central exam to attract quality talent. And this can be a point which we can take it from the opposition, that is a fraction of high court judges are picked from the lower judiciary. We all know that from lower judiciary only, that is a fraction of the high court and the Supreme Court judges are being picked up, and they may help in better than the central exam. What they were arguing, they said this help better than the central exam to attract the quality of talent. So, and we need to know why the government is seeking that to revive this idea again, because it has targeted the reform of lower judiciary in its efforts to improve the India's ease of doing business ranking and efficient dispute resolution. And officials have also told that the All India Judicial Service is a step in the direct of ensuring an efficient lower judiciary. And one of the major failing, and I will tell you one of the drawbacks here, that is one of the major failing of the judicial service examinations, in fact, that it does not have an inbuilt mechanism for grievance redressal. So it doesn't have an inbuilt mechanism. That is, in simpler manner, I will be telling you the avoidable issues such as problems with the question papers and eligibility criteria get frequently checked high courts right now about the judicial service examinations. And the state judicial service rules has any provisions of revaluations. There has any provision of revaluation of answer scripts, but in Delhi judicial service exam, which I have quoted you in the starting of this topic, that is, it was argued that the lack of such a provision was the violation of the principle of natural justice. They said that it was the violation of the principle of natural justice, that is, the candidates who want their papers to be evaluated to have a file. If they want to reevaluate right now the process, they have to file a right to information application, that if that rejected for some reason, they have to litigate the matter in the high court. So now this is a long process. So they have to apply the right to information application. Then after that, if that is rejected, they can move it to the high court. This is a long process. The lack of both revaluation provisions and associated application procedure for obtaining the necessary answer scripts have a negative implication on the transparency of such a process. These are the issues which are going on right now. So I am talking about these are all the issues, but these issues only the government has been taking up the All India Judicial Service. They are talking about that. And the need of the hour, what we need to do, that is the debate, that is judiciary and the state public services commissions can reform the recruitment process to tackle the issues. So they should reform. They were saying they should reform, and the appointment were regulated in the discretion of the operates. That is, however, there is All India Judicial Service proposal has been explicitly rejected by 9 high courts. So this is important. The 9 high courts have been explicitly rejected the All India Judicial Services. It would be a good idea for the high courts to step up and institute reforms internally. It can be a good idea, because they were saying this should demonstrate their commitment to ensuring efficient recruitment. They were saying they will demonstrate their commitment for ensuring the efficient recruitment. So 9 of the high courts have explicitly rejected this All India Judicial Service. So from here, I have told you from how the recruitment process is going right now in India, and why the central government, why this editorials came up in the news, because of the central government proposal and the law ministers meetings with the state law ministers, and how it can be. They were saying it should have a central recruitment board such as an UPSC, because right now it was handled by the state public service commissions and the concerned states high courts. So this has to be changed, and what are the drawbacks also I have told you, and what are the opposition points of view, what they were saying, we have discussed over here. And finally we have to end. There has to be a conclusion for everything. For this topic we will be concluding like that the establishment of All India Judicial Service is a positive step. So but every time while you writing the answer you have to be positive. Every time you cannot be negative. It faces many constitutional and legal hurdles over here. It's a positive step, but it has many hurdles. For everything to be established throughout the India, we will have legal hurdles, but we have to handle it constitutionally. The instrumentable number of pending cases calls for establishment of a recruitment system. So right now in India we have so many pending cases. So this recruitment system that recruits efficient judges in large numbers for speedy dispensation of the cases. This can be a good point. This can be an advantage of this. That is recruitment. This recruitment system will have efficient judges. In the same way, we will have the large numbers for speedy dispensation of the cases right now. And however, before the All India Judicial Service gets into the legislative framework, there is a need to build consensus. We need to build a consensus and take a decisive step towards the All India Judicial Services. So all these points should be taken into account, and while having we will have the positives and we have the negatives, but we have to think in a positive way to build up this, and All India Judicial Services should be brought up, and it should be brought up, it cannot be brought up, but these all the issues which are right now is going in the newspapers, and this is the all the framework which I have done. The data is for this whole topic, and here I have already told you the important steps and the important points, the other procedures also here. And thank you so much for listening to this video, and if you have any queries please tell us in the comment section. We'll try to rectify that, and thank you so much.